So now we're going to make some grass. I just tried a little bit there just to make sure it worked okay. So what I did was I took my yellow. You take any green you have and add yellow to it. So if you're making your own green, all you have to do is take your yellow, all right, and a bit of blue, not too much, and get your green. Now it's a bit too green. There you are. So I'm going to move outside of that because I added too much. So I'm just going to move outside so I can get a lighter green and more yellow. See, move away from your paint. So, and wipe off your brush if you get too much. So this is you don't want, if you keep going in here, you're just going to be adding more yellow and yellow and yellow, and you'll be wasting your paint. So now you're going to put a little bit of burnt sienna in there. And now you can mix it all up and you get a nice, beautiful color. And then you're going to just put some of that on here, and then you're going to add a little more burnt sienna so that we can get a nice color, because we can always add lights after. And just put that on. We got to catch it before it dries, okay? So you can either use your magic mist or just keep misting it so it stays wet. I'm going to wet the whole thing there. And then we're going to keep putting on our grass. I want to get a little darker than that because when I do the scraping, then I want to be able to see the grass that I'm scraping out. Now, there'll be more steps than this to it, okay? This is just to show you more yellow. To show you how you can create grass by scratching. So we'll do this side first just to see how it works out, okay? All right, so I'm just getting some color down. That's all I'm doing right now is getting a color down, and then we're going to scratch and see if we can get some grass. We'll be adding more grass to that on top of that too, but this is kind of nice to get started. Just smooth it out a bit. All right, and then take a stylus or the back of your brush and start pulling up. See these? See that? You make short ones and the curved ones, and you can work your way up right to the top, and you get all these little bits of grass. See? Isn't that cool? So if you don't have a stylus, use the back of your brush, a thin brush, or a pen that don't write, that has no ink left in it. Just wanted to show you this because so many different techniques you can use. See, isn't that cool? Nice scratchy sound coming out. Look at that. That is so cool. Look. Now, that's really nice, isn't it? So we'll do the other side. Put down your grass. Just put it down. Add more yellow if it got too much. Burnt sienna. See that? Nice colors, isn't it? Burnt sienna is really nice. I love burnt sienna. Add it to your yellows. Beautiful. All right, so we got all this going on here. Want to catch it before it dries. Like I said, you can spray it or mist it with some water. It doesn't have to be a magic mist. I'll leave a link to the magic mist on the bottom for you so that you can check it out later. All right, so I'm just going to use the back of a brush just to see how that works. Might get thicker lines, see? Just watch. Yeah, look, see, that works too, look. As long as your paint is wet, you know, you can use something pointy. You can get this beautiful grass going on. Isn't that nice? Look at that. See, it won't do it on this because that's dry. So the paint has to be wet and your background has to be white, okay? So you do it over your canvas. Your canvas is white. Now, if you have a different background already made, it may not work. So you have to have a white background in order to get this effect. All right, you can even go over something like that, right? Drag it around like that. Okay, blowing in the wind. Yeah, look at that. Nice. I like it. I hope you like it. That looks really good. Now the sky, the big puffy clouds, I have that in the other video because I did that. I'm doing them separately so that you can do one thing at a time. I'm using my Filbert right now again. And that background there, they could be hills if you want them to be hills. Just ultramarine blue, a little bit of burnt sienna, darkened up a little bit. Right? So that's all I did was blue, burnt sienna. Okay. And then I think I'm going to make them into hills. So I'll just round them up a little bit better. Give them a little bit of shape. That's nice, isn't it? Let's come straight over. Just these little hills. They can be lower down here and then come up a little higher and as you get to the edge there, if you want. That kind of gives it a nice look, doesn't it? And now, let's clean up the water. So I'm going to add my ultramarine blue. As you can see, I use a very limited palette because then it's not so confusing. You know, you got all these different blues. You pick your favorite blue, maybe your favorite 2 or 3 blues, and put them on your palette. And that way it's not so confusing. You don't have to go, like some videos or books that you follow, they have all these different kinds of blues, some that you never even heard of, you know. But phthalo blue is popular, ultramarine blue is popular, cobalt blue is popular, okay? So look up the popular ones. You can even Google all this stuff too, right? You learn not only from video tutorials on YouTube, but Google things. If you got a question in your head, just Google it. I know you probably do anyway, but you learn from all sources, okay? So it's not just the videos. Sometimes the videos are hard to follow because you're not getting all the instruction. I do have time-lapse videos there, but you find a time-lapse video that I do and you want to do the full video, you let me know and I'll give you the link, all right? Because some people say, oh, I wish you had to have this in a full video, full step-by-step tutorial, and I do. It's just that people don't know for sure, so don't be shy to ask. So I'm going to lighten this up a bit to get the reflection from the clouds in the sky. So I'm just going to add my white. Add a little bit of white to my dirty brush. My brush got a bit of blue on it, so I'm just going to add a bit of white to it. See what happens there. So we got the clouds in the sky here, so we want to make a little bit of a reflection from the sky. So I'm just squiggling my brush around. Just to get that kind of lightness going on there. I'm going horizontal, all right? This brightens it up better, maybe a little more. Horizontal. I know it's tempting to, you know, go with the shape of what you see there, but just try to keep horizontal. Just scrubbing it on there. Give it a little bit more. A little bit more. So it was 3 layers I put on there. So I'm trying to get a bit of reflection from the sky. Better. That's better. Just trying to make it look like there might be some cloud reflections there too. So you can play around with it. Just play around with it and see what you can get. All right, what are we going to do here? Now let's see. I'm trying to think what would be nice there. Maybe this would be nicer. I was going to put some bushes there and stuff, but I'm thinking maybe this would be nicer if it just disappeared into the horizon. Maybe that might look nice. Let's try it. Hope I don't mess it up on you. disappear into the horizon. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that looks much better, don't you think? Nice. Should we put a big old tree there or something? What do you think? Yeah, maybe a tree would be nice here. And maybe some flowers in the field. Let's try some daisies. I'm going to try this little technique. I'm going to make the letter X. Make the letter X. Let's see if I can do this correctly. And then I'm going to take two little legs down here, one there and one here. I can barely see it, I know. One here and one here, and one up here. That kind of makes it into a little flower. And I'm going to put a little center. Now I'll lighten that up I'll lighten that up now a little while when it dries, okay? So I just wanted to see what it would look like. So I'm just going to put a couple of dots here, make them look like they're far away. Yeah. Let's see. Just using a little tiny round brush. Maybe my brush is too wet. Make sure your brush is not too wet when you're trying to get white paint to stand out a bit. Little dots. Now you can splatter that if you want to. If you want to splatter. If you're not sure what splatter means, I'll show you. You can take a toothbrush and dip it in your water so that it's not too drippy, but it's wet. And then you can put some white paint on it. Just tap some white paint on it and see what happens. And just splatter it on there. See all those nice splatters, look at that. I don't want my arm getting away, I'm sorry. You just pull on these here, pull up on them, and then all the paint will come off. Right? Now, if you don't want it to get on the rest of it, you're going to have to put some paper towels or something on it so it won't go into the rest of your painting. So that's nice, a few little splatters. And now you can still put your so you can still put your little flowers on there. All right. There we go. Let's try another one of these. The closer they are, the bigger they are. So we can make it a fairly big one here. Letter X. I'm standing up. That's why my head is moving around too much. As I always tell you, that I'm standing up and I'm in an awkward position. I keep saying I'm going to sit down, but I don't have a lot of room here yet. I'm going to try and figure something out to get more room. There we go. That's a bit better. And then maybe a little center. And like I said, when it dries, you can add your other shadows and anything else that you want to do with it, okay? All right. You could even use your stylus to add some dots of white. Okay. See? The toothpick is good. Toothpick is great. Right? So anything with a sharp edge, you know. The little dots make it look like they're far away, make it look like the flowers are far away. So, you know, just try toothpick. Toothpick might be better. maybe we could get a flower with a toothpick. Let's try one over here. I wish my hand wasn't in your way. Letter X. Oh, that's not gonna work. I like experimenting and I like trying new things. Because like I said, you know, you say practice makes perfect, but practice is not going to make it perfect if you're practicing the same mistakes over and over, or the same thing over and over, trying to get the same result, get different results, right? So you're better off experimenting. No matter how bad it comes out or whatever, just experiment with different colors, different brushes, different techniques, all kinds of things. You can also put like a little center in first if you prefer. And that way you can follow that little center by, so you get the little center, and then you wipe off your brush, or you get a new brush, and then you can take your white and pull out from that center, and you can pretend that the leaves are coming down this way, like this, see? Give you a different type of flower, right? Isn't that nice? See? So, like I said, when they dry, you can add highlights to those. You can brighten them up even more. So this one here, just gonna finish it off for you. It's a nice little X there. And a little center to give it a flower look. And then we will straighten them up after they dry. All right, so you can put as many flowers as you want there. You can also get out your magic brush, which is a chip brush, but I call it magic because I'm kind of making some different things that I'm going to call them magic because they're magic. But it's just something I'm making up myself. So anyway, I'm taking the tips of my brush, see this chip brush, and look at all how they separate. So make sure it's not too much on it. And that way you can also add these little flowers like this, see? And that's a quick way to do things, see? Now if you want to add a little color, you can dip into, you can leave white on there if you want to, or green, or whatever's on your brush. It's okay because flowers, you can have all colors of flowers, all right? So what you can do is, you can push that into your hand so you get it all spread open. You want it nice and spread open. See all those? And you can dip into your red, okay? Just tap into the tips. Don't push in, okay? Don't push in. You get too much paint. Just the tips, right? Just get a little bit of tips there. And that way you can get a few little red flowers, see? Just watch. I'm just going to add a few little, because I find red, it's a beautiful color to enhance your flower, your paintings, okay? That's that. And then you can add some yellow to that red if you want to. You get some orangey flowers, but you got an orange background, so you may not see them. So why don't we do a little bit of blue? Blue and white is really nice. So depending if you want that, you know, colors in your, a little extra colors, nothing wrong with that. Isn't that pretty? See? A little extra color. That's all there is. So that's that. That makes it pretty simple for you. All right. And I think we could put a little bit of a riverbank there or something. You can't leave it like that. I say, why not? I don't know. Let's go get burnt sienna. Let's do some burnt sienna and a bit of blue to darken it up. More burnt sienna than blue. All right. See how nice dark that is there now? You can make a little bit of a riverbank here, just a little. Just take a small round or flat brush and just take it and go at the edge here. There we go. Maybe we'll put a few little rocks on it or something like that too. Let's see. See, it gives it a finished look. See, that's all. It's a finished look. A little bit here. Always look for finishing touches. That's your final details. But that's the final details on this little painting. I mean on this here. And you just smooth it out there on the edge. Okay, bring it into the water a little bit for shadow. and just smooth it out by sort of pulling in some shadows there. That's kind of nice, isn't it? That makes a little difference. And now get a small round brush and we'll put a few little rocks there. Small round or small flat, okay? So we'll go with a small round. Like I said, experiment. Just experiment. So I got white on one side of my brush and a little bit of that burnt sienna on the other side, okay? So I'll just kind of, one side of the brush is white and the other side got a little bit of burnt sienna. And then just put some little rocks on there on the edge just to give it an edge. Right? Just touch and pull. Or even just touch little rocks, see? Make sure you get enough white. Make them stand out. Little pebbles. Oops. Yeah, try to keep it straight up so it doesn't look like it's falling down. There's some on the river. Yeah. There we go. My hand. Right. Don't want them too big up there because it's far away. So the closer they get, the more bigger they are, right? Not too many, but kind of cute. Yeah, that's nice. That's cool. A bit on the edges here. Yeah, so you don't need much. A few little. All these little additions help. I'm not sure about a tree. A tree might ruin it. Looks so pretty as it is, doesn't it? I think it's cute as it is. I don't think I'm going to put a tree in this one. I think that's so sweet, just as it is. Don't think there's anything else I want to do. This is a very simple painting. Nothing elaborate. Just something to get you started. Great for anybody who's just learning how to paint. You know? Because a lot of people, they get discouraged because they can't get it right. They can't paint. They don't feel comfortable because it's too hard. But if you do simple little paintings like these, I'm trying to make my paintings as simple as I can for you. I will do some trees, but I'll do it at a later date. I want to do videos for you so that we do them individually so that you can learn how to do things individually instead of rushing, you know what I mean? Rushing into getting everything done at the one time, you know. So we want to do it individually. I'm going to clean up the edges of those rocks there with a bit of burnt sienna and blue like we had before. Just add a little bit of bottom to it so it has a little bit of a shadow there. That's okay. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. They don't look round enough or they don't look like a rock. Just take your brush and kind of go underneath it there. I need to darken it up a little bit. Alright, so don't forget, experiment. If something don't work out, just keep trying. Alright, see that's a bit light, but I like that kind of bit of light around because maybe the sun is shining on it or something. You know, so just go underneath the rock that you made and give it that little bit of shadow underneath the rock, see? A little bit. It kind of brings it out a little bit more then, see? I know. You might say, how do you know all this stuff? Well, you learn as you go along and you experiment. Yes, I do practice, but I think I do more experimenting than I do practice because experimenting is practicing, really. So I think, a little shadow here, I don't know. I could play with it too much and then mess it up, hey. But that's kind of cute. I kind of like it. I'm thinking I'll leave that alone. That's enough to get you started. Now you got a beautiful little valley or some flowers around and things like that. A nice little, maybe a bird in the sky might be nice for you, just to add a little final touch. Not sure what, you know, I might put a couple little birds over here because we're so bright over there, it'll stand out more. But I'm gonna add some, I got a long liner brush to help me do it better. I got a white, I'm gonna make kind of a grayish color. So I'll just add a little bit of that burnt sienna and blue to my color. All right, and so the colors that you made for this shadow here, take that and add white to it, and then get a grayish color, okay? And then you can, hopefully it'll be dark enough. If it's not dark enough, just add a bit more gray, more that burnt the umber, sienna and blue. And we'll try that. Let's see. Just a little. I don't want to go too far with it. Make letter V. It's nice. I like it. Oh yeah, cool. I'm not going to do any more. You can make it bigger or smaller. It's up to you. I'm good. Maybe I'll make a little teeny weeny one back here. It's nice when they come in a set of threes. Sometimes a set of three for some reason looks really good. All right. So I think that's it. There's lots of stuff you can do. You can put a cow in the field if you want to. You can put more birds in. You can put a big old tree over here. But I like it the way it is. It's simple and easy. And I showed you all techniques that are very simple, very easy. And go have a look at the clouds, the big puffy clouds. I'll put a link for that in below so you can look at the sky, and then you can learn a lot of things. You learn scraping, get your nice grass like that by scraping with a stylus, okay, and your little hills in the background. So I think I'll leave it at that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So I will be doing lots more videos coming up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye from Allison Prior.